Okay, hey guys, I want to do a little bit of a micro ES futures review. I don't usually do this yet. I do trade this as well, but it's a little harder to follow, a little harder to learn. That's why I like teaching Euro USD and just understanding how markets move. Everything's in a cycle. Either we're consolidating in a range or we're breaking out and breaking down. Those are the three things that happen, and 80% of the time it's usually in a consolidation. So when you're in a consolidation, it's important to figure out where the key points are, the levels, and you can just keep on trading those levels again and again, and eventually you break out of that range and then move on to the next range. With all that said, last night we gapped down on tariff news, and as you can see, we broke down from up here. So that was an inevitable back test if we were able to get up there, which we did, and we closed that gap about as well. But we'll get to that in a second. As you can see here, we stopped around 55.15 ish before trying to bounce a little bit and then sold down. Eventually, we came back up and then pushed through, sold back down. We were consolidating in this area, so I was looking for a reclaim of 15. As you can see, we tried to push through once, twice, three times. Eventually came down and then came up with force around 7:45, about like a 17, 18, 19 point candle from 7:45 to 8 o'clock. So in a 15-minute span, some good volatility there to push through. I would suggest probably going long somewhere around 55.20, a couple points above 55.18 with the stop loss down below here. It's a big stop loss, so you have to wait for acceptance, and that's what we got from like 6:15 until 8 o'clock. So hour and a half, almost 2 hours of staying in that range, and then finally pushing off. We did push off this minor level as well. So that was kind of like a level recovery, a reclaim of that level. After that, we consolidated above and tried to get past 55.65. So I would say that is now the resistance above. Coming back down, we lost this level from 6:15 low around 10 o'clock, and that did provide a quick fail breakdown. But if you missed it, that's okay, because although it worked out, it wasn't very it was a little quick. So if you missed it, you're okay to just be patient and wait for a little more sell off and come through with force, and that's what we got. So if you can see, we tagged this minor level, push back above, so that was starting to show some level of supply. The low here is 54.81, so you'd want to go long at least like 3-4 points, if not more. So 381 plus 4 is about 54.85. So just about here is where you're looking to go long if you can get the proper acceptance of the trigger. Now you can see at 11:15 we push through and we pull back. That is ideal setup when you're trying to go long. You want to see price push through the trigger, come back, and then push back again, and that's when you would go long. So I went long around 54.85, level to level. Sold my position, most of it, right around 54.94 for 9 points. Kept a runner, kept my runner just below this low, trying to stay in it. That worked out well. And then I sold my runner here at 55.15 just because I wanted to cash out. I don't trade a lot in micro ES, so I wanted to make sure I secured my profits, and we are bearish after all, so I'd rather take my chances and catch another setup. With all that said, since then we haven't had any other setups here. I'm going to update the levels and send out a game plan for tomorrow for ES, and stay tuned.